Hold on.
We're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sauce in the City Late Night. It's too late for me to be screaming like that. I am your host, Lloyd Legacy Sharp. I have been a part of this show since the very beginning, back when it was just a concept that was given to us by our producer, Brenda Brown, who everybody should acknowledge for her hard work to get us to this point. This is a show where, depending on the night, anything goes. This is late night, so if you are offended by anything easily, probably shouldn't be up at this point. This is a live show. Anything can happen. I have not been told to constrain the content here tonight. So you might hear some fucks and shits and asses and dams and hells and cocks and pussy. You might hear all that. I'm not going to say all that, but you're probably going to hear it. And if you do hear it, again, I have not been told to muzzle anybody. So if any of that, if you feel weird about any of those words, you need to get off of here and go to sleep or go to the yard or go to the wherever you go at 11 o'clock. Just don't be here, okay? It ain't for you. But first, at the beginning of the show, we tend to like to shout out to the lore and the history and the people along the way for Sauce in the City who made it possible for this to continue to be a thing. And aside from just shouting out Brenda Brown, if you've watched this show, you know that right about here, we tend to put a little bit of a spotlight on people of the past and moments and reoccurring figures that, whether they're here in spirit or even here with us tonight, they make it possible. But right here, we're going to go to the sponsor spotlight. Whoa, talking about that spot.
Welcome.
December 6, 2020 was a great night. It was the night that I was able to go and finally get on that stage in Vegas. It's a night that everybody looks forward to. I think back of that, I think that of a famous quote, Las Vegas is a place you go to escape reality, but the reality is that what happens there will follow you for the rest of your life. And that is definitely true in my case, and I hope it is in yours as well. So many games, so much fun, so much time I got to spend with Brenda Brown and the rest of the crew. What we were doing was big, it was exciting, it was a lot of fun. What we didn't know was what Brenda Brown was working on behind the scenes to make a bigger stage for all of us. Brenda Brown had a vision to bring everything from the screen to the stage, and so Sauce in the City Live was born. From the pre-show promotions to the pre-stage bonding, so many comedians from all over the country gathered in one place, Las Vegas, all from the vision of one person. Brenda had a vision to take all the games that we played on screen and put them on the stage in Las Vegas. And Sauce in the City is still going strong today. This is the first annual comedy family reunion. Congratulations, Sauce in the City, for making it 4 years in service. Brenda believed it was important to give everybody the platform to shout out the people that truly inspire you. I'd like to take the time to shout out the people that truly inspired me during my stint with Sauce in the City. Jimmy Howell for introducing me to Sauce in the City. Charlie Mack for all the help behind the scenes. Darrell Hearns for the inspiration. Willie C. Smith, the Colorado comic, for his loyal support to the platform, Sauce in the City, and for all the guidance that he gives the newcomers. The very funny and amazingly talented Lisa Wood. And to the person that without none of this is possible, Miss Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child. A very special thank you to UBSN TV, Roku, The Artifice Las Vegas, Sarah, your bartender, and Morpheus to provide the stage to make tonight possible. Congratulations, Austin.
Doesn't it bring a tear to your eye? Seriously, there is no better example of exactly how far the show has come and how much of a movement it's become than that. And Sauce in the City has become a movement because of nights like tonight with people like you're going to see, which I am going to introduce to you right now, because I think you've heard enough from me at this point. We've got players. We've got games. Let's meet some of our players. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the screen and the stage, Mr. Joey Lee. Unmute your mic and your voice will follow.
Oh, thank you. Didn't you say if we said we didn't like hearing those dirty words, we should leave? All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. See you next time when you clean your act up. Just kidding you. I am ordering earmuffs. So in a couple weeks, I'll have official earmuffs. Orange, bright orange.
Mr.
Good
Joey
to be
Lee, tell us.
here. And good
Tell
to
us
see
where
you, Lloyd.
you as well. Thank you. Tell us where you're coming to us from. Where are you at so the people at home can know?
I was in the family room and I just walked over here. Actually, I'm from Ohio.
Nice.
Ohio. O-H-I-O.
From the
The rest
family
I
room to
can't figure how to
Ohio.
spell. I-O something. Bye-bye.
From the family room to Ohio. Thank you, Mr. Joey Lee. Let's meet some of our other players tonight. Are you ready? I'm ready. If you're not ready, it doesn't matter because I'm ready. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Randy Holton.
That's quite an introduction. From Tampa, Randy Holton, all the way from Tampa, Florida.
All the way from Tampa, Florida. Man, that place is so far away, and the way things are going right now, I am okay with the distance between that and Boston. Are you ready to play, Randy?
I'm always ready to play.
Sounds wonderful. You look like the ghost of Christmas right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage another player who will be joining us tonight, and you'll quickly find out why I might be a little bit of a minority among the group. Please welcome Stephen Laird.
Good evening, everybody. So glad to be here on Sauce in the City with all my game compadres here. Really looking forward to tonight's game. I got some surprises. Hopefully, I'll be able to use them and make some last for everybody tonight. I am all the way up here in Bangor, Maine, the farthest north you can almost get before you reach Canada. So let's have a good time tonight and have some fun.
Thanks for joining us, Stephen. And I will, full disclosure, so there's no bias it may seem here. Stephen is one of the few people that I have met in real life. We've worked together. In case you don't know, I'm in Massachusetts. Maine is right up there, getting closer to Canada. That's why we don't get the maple leaf syrup. Our final contestant, please welcome from the malfunction junction, from wherever he is right now, Mr. Tony Khan.
What's happening, all? How you doing tonight?
That is so matter of fact. I love it. He's ready.
I'm over here in Delbarton, West Virginia, hanging out in my grandmother's bedroom. Lady died in this room. Got a lot of fun stuff. Good times.
I imagine so. Whenever you are in a room that somebody died in, you know their spirit is with you. Are we ready to play some games?
Oh, yeah.
All righty. Well, it is time for Blackout. Now, full disclosure, it's my first time hosting the show. I may call for a lifeline along the way for some of my castmates who are more familiar with some of these things than I am. And you know what? That's going to start right here. Joey, give me a lifeline. How does
I
this
believe you're gonna
blackout segment exactly go along?
You're going to pick two people who will compete. Oh, no. Is it three people? What? No, it's two people. Two people. We switched. Two people.
All right.
You're going to pick, and they're going to compete and then move on to the next game.
All right. Perfect. Thank you very much, Joey. So I have to pick two people who are going to compete, and only one is going to survive. Somebody's going to end up in the graveyard. Oh, why did I say graveyard? Like I am in Boston. Anyway. You know what? I'm severely outnumbered here from a complexion point of view, so nothing here is going to look out of place. Let's have the far south, Randy Holton, and let's have the far north, Stephen Laird.
All right.
Complete opposites of the top of the north and south pole of our country here, basically.
The South versus the North again.
Yeah, not a scenario I should have set up from my position in the world, but hey, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, they invite, here's our first game. I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to call upon the players I have selected to give their answer to the question. And whoever, either I or maybe I'll even invoke some opinion from the players to select, they will move on. One goes to the graveyard. Here we go. They invite you to sit down and eat with them. Look who's asking. God, look who's asking. And then tell me what you do. Steven. Or Randy. You know what? Let's go with Randy's got the brightest shade of white here. Let's go with Randy.
Well, sure, I'd sit down right there. I'd be talking to him, say, hey, are you going to give me a break if you ever pull me over? By the way, are you paying for this? And do I get the discount if I'm paying for this, the cop discount? Yeah, I'm right there in the middle. You betcha.
Wow. Okay. So the white guy sits with the cops. Privilege. Steven, what say you?
No.
Supposed to vote.
Yeah, I think we vote. We all vote for Randy. Who agrees with him or not on, whether it be cameras on, cameras off. And then,
okay. All right.
Do the other person a separate.
My bad. I get it. I got it.
No problem. You're doing great.
Thanks for reining me in. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you among the board agree with how Randy would choose to take the invite from the cops, do you agree with his take? Turn your cameras off. If you have an objection or an opposite take to Randy's response to that invite, leave the cameras on. In 3, 2, 1. Let me see. I'm looking at the screen, looking for the gallery, looking for the. Okay, let's. Wow. Oh, well, damn. Nope. Okay. Okay. Nobody agrees with Randy from Florida.
No, wait. Now, time out.
No. Actually, we all voted for him.
Oh, you all agree. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
My bad. I misread.
No problem.
Maybe
no problem.
It's wishful thinking because I'm sitting here looking at cops inviting, and I'm just hoping. You know what? Black History Month just ended a month ago. I'm feeling a little out of place. My bad. Joey, tell me why. Why do you think it's okay to sit with a bunch of cops at a time like this in our country? Explain yourself.
Well, they got guns, first of all. And who wants to be around people who don't have guns these days? That's why. And Randy's been in this kind of situation before, so I never have. But I'm gonna go with him. He's probably been in lots of jails and police and around those kind of people.
All right. Steven, You're just above New Hampshire.
All right, I'm gonna sit down with these fellow crime fighters, and I'm gonna tell them some fat jokes. So I think that's appropriate to sit in there and have a little dinner with them, share some gossip and crime stories, because I'm the comic crime fighter.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that. You guy with the hat in the dead grandmother's room. What's your story?
Well, I mean, I'm going to sit down with him, not because I'm privileged or I've been arrested. I'm polite about it, though. If I sit down with him, I've got no reason to, worry. I don't have to act guilty or nothing. They won't even search me. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, congratulations, Randy. Everybody fucking agrees with you for different reasons, but
$5.
we gets $5. Okay, so
he had everybody voted for him, right?
Yeah, it's unanimous. Okay. I feel so uncomfortable right now. All right, so next question. Ever just said fuck it and ate the paper too? Take a good look. And
no, I wouldn't eat the paper. I mean, sometimes you bite the paper by mistake, and an hour later you're picking that out of your teeth. So, no, it's God awful.
No. So your answer is no. Okay. All right, folks. Randy wouldn't eat the paper. He'd sit with the cops, but he won't eat the paper. That's that's the balance of life. So, if you agree with Randy again, and you would not eat the paper, turn your cameras off. If you would eat the paper and you don't agree with Randy, which would be a first tonight, leave your cameras on. In 3, 2, 1. We all agree with Randy again. We would not eat the paper.
Disagreed with Randy.
I would eat the paper. I left my camera on.
With Randy.
Oh, wait a minute.
We all
disagreed with him. Okay. Right? Okay. Here's the problem, folks. I'm assuming that nobody is going to just all go to the cops, and I'm fucking up the rules on that. And now I'm assuming these people are intelligent. They won't eat paper, and I'm fucking up the rules by giving them the benefit of the doubt. I apologize. That's on me. Joey, tell me why you'd eat the white of the paper.
That looks like salmon sushi. It looks like salmon sushi, and who knows? The white paper is probably good for you. If the sushi's good, you're eating salmon. You're getting omega. And paper, you're getting pulp, I guess.
Steven's got new eyewear. Okay. Yeah, Steven, tell us why. Just tell me why. I'm a Backstreet Boy. Tell me why.
I have a hard time looking at the paper. So if it looks good and tastes good, I'm going to eat it.
What the hell happened?
Okay. Back to the guy with the skull cap and the dead grandmother. Why would you eat? I mean, your grandmother died. You probably assume I would eat paper to cover memories. Why would you eat the paper?
You're already eating sawdust. You eat shredded cheese, don't you? You would pulp holding the cheese together so it don't clump up and do all the dumb shit. I'll eat paper. I probably got like 32 different kinds of cancer we haven't discovered yet because I refuse to go in.
Given where we are right now in this country, I will take the health reason with the health background. Okay, you know what? Fine. Why not eat paper? We're gonna die anyway. I get it.
Not a
all right,
pod.
Steven. Tell me.
Well, he just got a blackout. Randy got a blackout. So
If the government, all right, give me a lifeline, Joey. What am I missing?
Because nobody agreed with Randy, he's a blackout, so he's kind of goes to the boneyard. And
because
then we go on
nobody
to
agreed.
Is that? I believe so.
But we agreed with them the first. But we agreed with them the first time. You all want to sit with the cops in the middle of America right now, so you agree with them the first time.
This is your fearless leader calling an audible. Okay. The contestant has 3 questions to answer. If they get everybody on the screen, including the host, to agree with them, but you can't play now because you missed it. But if they get everyone to agree with them, it's called a light up and they get a $5 bonus. If everybody disagrees with them, it is a blackout and the contestant is out. And so Randy has $5 on the scoreboard. And now we're going to see if Stephen Douglas, aka Stephen Laird, can beat 5. Okay. So,
okay. All right.
There we go. Now,
thank you.
Stephen Douglas has 3 questions to answer.
All right. Thank you very much to our voiceless overlord. Let it be known, folks at home, if the government said one zodiac sign got to go, who y'all voting out? Steven or Child or Batman, whoever you are right now. Okay, Steven, good. Who you voting out?
Sorry, hold on.
The wrong voice here. Okay, here we go. I'm not a zodiac follower, so I couldn't really give you a straight answer on that. But I would pick maybe Aquarius. I got no idea. Like I said, I'm not a zodiac follower, so that's a question I have no idea.
Steven is the most honest, ignorant white man I've talked to all year. In this topic, I ain't saying he's ignorant. I ain't saying all that. Ladies and gentlemen of the group, of the players, if you agree with Aquarius being cut out, I'm going to remember myself this time. If you agree with Steven, no Aquarius, leave your cameras on. If you disagree with Steven and think it should be another zodiac sign, turn your cameras off. In 3, 2, 1. We all want, well, not all of us. Randy thinks it should be a different sign, while the rest of us say, yeah, fuck the Aquarius. As for me, you know what? I'm going to save my answer until after I hear from Randy. Hey, Florida man, what zodiac sign would you eliminate if not Aquarius?
Well, Aquarius are lovers, aren't they? They're the good ones. So you want to keep those, don't you?
Yeah, he picked that one. He agreed.
Didn't I say if you want to do another zodiac sign, turn your cameras off? I'm pretty sure I said that.
You said if you agree with Steven, leave your cameras on. If you disagree, turn your cameras off. And Randy does not want to get rid
exactly.
of
So Randy,
let me finish. Randy says that Aquarius people are the loving people, and so you don't want to kick those folks out. You want to hold those folks around. So with Randy's answer, Steven, that means you have been awarded $2. But the cool thing about this is that you haven't blacked out, so you get to answer your next question. Are you ready?
I am ready. I haven't drunk enough to black out.
Lloyd Legacy chart.
All right. This is how well this is going, folks. I have the Overlord interrupt me twice to get me back on track. Since y'all so smart, talking to me, since y'all so smart, solve this. 4 kids running around my house. 1 breaks something. How many kids getting their asses whooped, Steven?
All of them. That way I got the right one. There's no hiding. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Yeah. Smack, 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 smack. All 4 of you got it. One of you did it. One of you got caught. I got you.
All right. I'm going to track myself this time. If you agree with Steven's answer, leave your cameras on. If you disagree with Steven's answer, turn your cameras off. In 3, 2, 1. Joey Lee disagrees with Steven's answer.
Well,
Tell us what.
The kid broke his paddle, so you can't even punish him. He broke the paddle. He'd have to break something else to fix the thing that would break it. Whatever I'm talking about, you understand?
You had a stroke, didn't you?
Nope.
I
I
mean,
think so.
I kind of get that, but
Did I? Have a
I grew up
stroke?
in the hood, so if one thing broke, they just grab a switch, and we don't mean the video game system. Everybody else agrees with Steven, and I'm going to pick one of you to tell us why, because I'm pretty sure the other person would agree. Dead Grandma Scully Cap guy, please tell us why you would agree.
Well, I mean, for one, I'm not going to do it just so I can get the right one. I'm going to do it in front of their parents because obviously they don't know how. They need a knot jerked in their ass. More likely, they'd probably be my kids, and they would have that knot jerked in their ass. I'm just saying.
All right, I'm going to tell you why I agree with Steven, because I grew up in the kind of environments that he's describing, which makes me feel like he might be blacker than I am.
It's all in the hat.
My brother from another mother. That's for sure.
All right. Our next question/scenario is, fellas, could you be in a relationship with a woman that works at a fast food place? Steven?
Oh, please. Absolutely. I want to have somebody that works there. So when I come through drive-through, I can say, "Hey, honey, what can you give me today for free?" Burger, chicken sandwich, some French fries, a fish sandwich. Give me something there. Cookies. I mean, you got something going on there.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
They're working there for nothing.
Whew, he's thorough, if nothing else. All right. So if you think Steven's take has measure and validity and agree with it, leave your cameras on. If you disagree with Steven's take on dating the fast food worker, if you disagree with Steven, turn it off. I'm tracking myself. Agree on. Disagree off. In 3, 2, 1. We all agree with Steven. Because agree on, disagree off. I track myself. I'm going to pick 2 of you. Tell us why. And then I guess I'll chime in because I got a feeling about it. Joey, tell us why Steven's words about the fast food working relationship make sense to you.
Well, the woman I just married, she used to work in a Chinese restaurant, and she's a wonderful cook. Guess what they had her doing? Mopping the floors. But she's a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful woman, and didn't matter to me. I married her. See, huh? See, that's a ring. It's like a plastic ring, but it's a ring.
I appreciate that. Joey is speaking from firsthand experience. You know what? Randy, since you're on the other end of this little bout here, why don't you tell us why you agree with Steven on the fast food working relationship?
Well, if she's working a drive-through, when you drive through a drive-through, you get everything for free. You order a whole damn menu. She's right in there, paid. Free
All
food,
right.
absolutely.
All right, cool. Tony Scully Cap, please tell us why you agree.
Well, I've been to drug rehab and jail. I'm not really that much of a catch my damn self. Sure, I'll date somebody that works at McDonald's.
God damn. God damn. All right. That was succinct. That was, yeah, you know what? Fair point. I like Tony's answer because Tony's answer is kind of self-reflective. Everybody else like, I'll get food for free. You're only dating a woman for the free food. You don't care what her favorite book is. You don't care what her favorite movie is. You don't care that she has a wonderful smile. Free food. Come here, lady. Make me a sandwich. We have progressed so much. But it seems like Steven did pretty good in this round. Like he's gotten so much of the game behind him that
$9.
Yeah.
And
So I'm gonna ask for a lifeline here. Are we voting or does Steven just move on? Help me out.
So
I believe we did all of them.
The rules are at the end of the episode, whoever has the most money in their piggy bank wins their bank. So at this moment, Randy Holton has $5 and Stephen Douglas has $7 with one more question to go.
All right. This is the deciding factor.
Nope. We have more games.
This is the deciding note.
Nope. We have more games to play at the end of the episode. Whoever has the most money takes their bank home. And the episode.
Oh, okay, so we'll get back to this later.
Is worth up to $25. So Steven is already ahead of the game at 7. And here's your next question, Steven. Ooh, let's give him a good old American one. How about this one?
Oh, wow. Okay, this or that. Cheerios or cornflakes? This is the most 1980s question I've ever been seen. All right, Steven, go ahead. What's your corn poison?
Which one would I choose to eat? I'd eat cornflakes over Cheerios. Yeah. Cornflakes over Cheerios. I can't really put a spin on that. I don't particularly care for either one of them, but if I had to make a choice, it would be cornflakes over Cheerios. Cheerios are just kind of bland. They got no taste at all. They're like eating little pieces of, I don't know, mushy, non-tasted, gross, nasty shit.
Yeah. choose your brand of bland. That's pretty easy either way. Good. I'm glad you feel that way. If you agree with Steven, if you agree that you would take the cornflakes over the Cheerios, leave the cameras on. If you disagree and you need more O's in your life, turn your cameras off. Cheerios off, cornflakes on in 3, 2, 1. All right. We got one Cheerios, which feels like one too many. Joe, why do you want to be putting a bunch of holes in your mouth? Unmute your mind and your voice.
They're both good, but I have to give the edge to the Cheerios. Sometimes I mix them together, actually, but I got to give the slight edge to Cheerios. That's what I used to eat like every meal when I was single. Now I'm eating salmon sushi with paper on it. So you know, you get better at this stuff. Now I get like omega from eggs and the banana and all kinds of wonderful
Wonderful.
things
It's
for
wonderful,
breakfast.
Joey. I love it. I love the fact that all of that is the way you feel about the other corn thing. I'm going to pick one person to give me their take for the other side. Tony Scullycap, why do you agree that cornflakes is the lesser of the two blands?
Well, I mean, either way you go, you're going to have a considerable amount of diabetes added to said bowl of cereal. And the cornflakes have its even level, you know. So when you dump, you'll have a mound of like a cocaine mound of sugar on top of your cereal, whereas the Cheerios have the holes that just goes all the way to the bottom.
Yep. Absolutely.
Once again, Tony bringing health as his reasoning. Gotta love it.
I'm aiming to lose a
All
foot.
right.
Okay, so now Stephen Douglas has a total of $9 on the board. Randy, you've got some catching up to do, but fear not, there's still some time. We're going to go on to our next segment, which is You Say Trivia. And this is an interactive comedy trivia game where you in the audience who are commenting and watching us through Facebook, YouTube, not Twitter, Twitch, and beyond can comment, because at this moment I will be looking in the comments and you guys can help our contestants make money. So Randy and Steven, the terms of this game are each one of you, just one on this round, will give a question, and our co-host Lloyd Legacy Sharp will decide who goes first. And you will give your question and 3 reasonable answers. And if the cast gets it incorrect, you win $5. If they get it correct, you win the big goose egg. Do both of you understand the rules of that game?
Yes.
Yes.
All righty. Comedy co-host, take it from here.
Thank you, Miss Brown. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very weird segment for me because I'm usually the one trying to come up with a trivia question. I'm never the one who just has to oversee it. I'm looking forward seeing how this chaos plays out. Now, Randy, Steven, these are the two we're working with here, if I'm understanding the game correctly. And there's a bunch of people at home who are helping us. So, trivia question. Somebody give me a lifeline. Where's the trivia question coming from?
Okay, you pick the person, and they give a trivia question.
Perfect.
Okay,
All right.
question
Thank you.
and an
Thank
A,
you. I
B,
got
C answer. Have them say it twice.
that part. I remember. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Tony Scullycap.
No, it's either
Yes,
Randy or Steven.
Oh, drat. I got to keep it within the confines. Okay, you know what, Randy? Since you got the catching up to do, I'll go with you. And
You did a
please.
great job, by the way.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm all muffled by the fact that white people want to sit with cops during 2025. That notwithstanding,
They have
Randy,
the best donuts too.
Joey, I will hole your Cheerio. That should not have been a sentence. I apologize for that, Joey. Your dog should bite me in the neck. Randy, ask us questions. Take us out of this social-political hell.
The praying mantis. Why is it called a praying mantis? A, it bites the head off of its mate. B, it prays all the time. 3, C, it sleeps all the time.
All right. I was expecting Randy to give more longer-winded options than that. Randy, repeat that one more time for me.
Praying mantis. Huh? A is it bites the head off of its mate after
Right.
mating.
All right, got that.
B, it prays all the time. C,
Right.
it sleeps all the time.
Okay. So our question is, why is a praying mantis called a praying mantis? Is it because it bites the head off its prey? Is it because it prays all the time? God help us. C, sleeps all the time.
Well, I mean, all right.
We have you
So-
say 1, 2, 3, and we start the debating. We have
So-
30 seconds.
Well, we got that part. Listen,
Okay. All right. Let's go. Well,
The-
I'm
the
inclined
answer
to
is-
say, didn't he ask this question before? Or didn't somebody?
no,
Yeah, I
no,
don't
no, no. I don't think it's.
Well, they do look like they're praying when they're
That's
kind
the
of
purpose. That's the thing. That it's because of how they stand. But you'd have to go with they pray all the time, which is I guess that's Alzheimer's for how they stand.
yeah.
They
I
do
It
have
bite
to
the
almost
heads
seems
off
too
of their
obvious.
mates, not their prey. They eat their prey fucking whole and don't make damn if it's like a bird or what. They'll eat the fuck out of it. It's because they pray all the time. It's because of how they stand. Well, I'm locking in on that.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna lock
I
in
kind
on
of
that.
feel like that's so obvious.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna lock in on the praying stance.
okay, I will too, but I think it's probably the head guy, the head thing.
I'm glad
Head
you don't
thing.
get paid to think.
All right. We are locking in on option B, even though there's a little bit of ascension that it might be option A. Randy, why does the praying mantis get called out for praying in his name?
After intercourse, that means praying mantis fucking. After praying mantis fucking, she
No.
bites his head off.
I'm gonna Google search this right now.
Oh man, Joey, you should have stuck to your guns, man. You should have. Oh God, Joey had it. Oh man, y'all led Joey astray. Y'all ain't right.
You just activated my autism.
But Randy, you technically got one over on us. So give me a lifeline here.
He gets
Is
to
he-
do 3 minutes of comedy,
Right,
or
3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of
something
something else. Right. Okay. I thought that's what it was. Had to make sure. Glad I got that right. Randy.
And then if he says something else, then we
Oh, I know that.
discuss
I know
and
that.
pick something.
I know that. I know that. I want to make
Okay.
sure that that's what we're doing. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you though. Thank you. Randy, do you want to yap or do you want to do something else for 3 minutes?
I got some new things I want to try, so I'm gonna yap.
All right, Randy Holton, 3 minutes of comedy for Sauce in the City. Let's give it up.
I wanted to get a Swedish massage, and you're thinking that you're going to get a hot Swedish woman coming out there, sexier than sexier. So I'm all worked up. I'm getting a Swedish massage. It's like, this is going to be awesome. And so I'm on the table. I'm all ready, and in comes a woman that looks like a truck driver. I was like, she's not the one, right? She's like the messenger or something. She's just coming and say they're going to be right with you. And no, she's the one that's going to give you the Swedish massage. And she's got hands like claws. And you're like, oh boy, why did I sign up for this? You're stuck now. There's no running out. You're on the table. You're ready. Here comes the truck driver with claws for hands. She's going to give you a Swedish massage. I was like, there's something very wrong with this picture. Although apparently I'm clueless about the whole situation because you want the woman with claws because she's got the hands to do the massage. The beauty queen comes in, she can't do shit. She'll walk around, you get to stare at her, but she don't know what she's doing. So you really do want the woman with claws, but I wanted the beauty queen. So I really got my money's worth. Wow, did I really get my money's worth? When I was in Vegas, I know something. I love Vegas, and I noticed something very odd about Vegas. There's no damn street lines. It's kind of like giving a coloring book without anything to color in. So here you are out there driving. You don't know if you're in the left-hand lane, the right-hand lane, or the turn lane. So they give you a coloring book, and it's just a blank piece of paper. And you're like, what do I do now? I have no idea what to do now. Which lane am I in? But it all works in Vegas because nobody knows where they're at anyways. Everybody's from out of town. So I guess you just got to mix in there the best you can. And don't worry about turning your signal on. It's all good. If you don't make it through the red light or green light, you screw 40 cars behind it. Nobody cares. Nobody even honks at you. But yeah, there are no lines. I don't know how many people have been to Vegas, but there are no lines in Vegas. On my one job, somebody actually said hello to me. I was driving for some folks and a bus, and the woman said hello to me. I was like, is there something wrong with her? Is she crazy or something? Imagine nobody says hello anymore.
And time is up. Thank you, Randy, for giving us that 3 minutes of comedy as your reward for getting one over on a group on praying mantises fucking in their prayers. Steven. Oh, wait. Fucking Tony Scully Cap.
Yes. Well, he did a good job. Listen, I'm studying this right now. I don't think it's correct on the whole fucking thing about it's just my eyes twitching. You see this shit? I'm telling you, when I find it, I'm gonna post it, and but it's cool. I'm gonna let it ride. I'm breathing.
All right. Like that review. Stephen Douglas. Goddamn. You got a tall order here, but it is your turn. So
what did you think, Stephen?
I thought it was a little wordy. You got to shorten your sentence structure down a little bit. I was trying to find the punchlines and some of the jokes. That's just honest critique from me. But otherwise, I mean, it was good.
Fair. Joey, what you think of 3 minutes of funny?
I thought it was regarding the massaging. I have a massage chair, and I'm still looking for the button that gives you a happy ending. Haven't found it yet. And then regarding the lines in Vegas, it just, oh my gosh, just horror came over me, and like I started having flashbacks. Oh, crashing in Las Vegas, in the middle of Las Vegas. Oh, it's a terrible thing.
What came over you?
Flashbacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, while everybody is relating to Randy's stories of car chaos, it is time for a very special moment for me.
Shouldn't we have the other person do trivia, or we gonna?
I'm following the screen. I'm not arguing with the screen.
Okay, should we do the second trivia and then this, or just do it
Joey, I'm following the screen.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. This is already going bumpy enough. It is time to sit the fuck down. Or to be more precise in the format of the show and not just reacting to my other compatriots here, 3-minute sit-down chair interview, dynamic and funny interviews from our friends. Now, if you've watched the show, you may know that this comes from a very infamous scene perpetuated by yours truly. That the people, the brains here at Sauce in the City have brilliantly compartmentalized into an interview segment. Thing is, I'm the host, co-host, depending on how well I'm doing. And I am not going to be the interviewer tonight. I'm going to pick somebody from our room, be the interviewer. And then they are going to have somebody sit the fuck down. Ladies and gentlemen, because I love how healthy he has brought everybody together on health and matters of being well, please welcome to the other side of the screen, Tony Klein.
I knew it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, in keeping with the spirit of the show and in honor of the reason for the segment, I believe I'm going to interview Mr. Lloyd Legacy Sharp. Come on down, pal. Come back. Where'd you go?
Oh my, what an honor it is to be here on the other end of my own fuck up / great idea that was made into a better idea by the people who run the show. Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome, sir. Anything I can do for you. Now, I believe the way this works is there's a question first that is going to pop up here from Miss Brenda, or do I just start talking? The rules change time to time.
The screen changes.
There we go. So, if you could wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or ability, what would it be?
The ability to mute people in real life.
Oh.
Like if I could just walk outside and not hear the person on the train that's yelling at their wife or husband on speaker, or if I could walk past South Boston and not hear the racial slurs, or if I could walk through a schoolyard and not hear them butchering music that is not music in the first place, that'd be my thing. That'd be my thing.
All right. Now, with that that mutant ability, how would you do it? Would it be like telepathic? Would you have a remote? Would you do it telepathically with a remote motion?
You know, given the fact that I would be waking up with this ability, I presume it would have to come from within. I don't know how I would do it. I didn't make that call. I woke up like this. But I will tell you how I would prefer it. And I'd prefer if I could just point. Point at somebody and the mute power comes like that. Because when I was younger, all I was ever told was to keep quiet. And the person who told me to keep quiet always pointed at me. Shut up. Don't talk. Keep it down. Be quiet. So if I had the muting ability, I would need to exercise that childhood trauma by pointing at other people, not even telling them, just making it
happen. Don't lie. Would you do finger guns?
No. Because if I'm walking through Boston with the guy bringing hell right now, if I make a motion of a gun the wrong way, I'm gonna end up detained, and I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna do regular pointing.
I mean, you could learn how to mime a pressure cooker.
Or I could just.
Is that too soon?
I'm good. No finger guns. No guns. No guns. This is Massachusetts, not New Hampshire.
All right. So now I'm going to get serious, Lloyd. You kind of, just the way you present yourself, man, you carry yourself like you have a theatrical background. Do you have a theatrical background?
I do not, actually. Although a lot of people do assume that I do. I was in 3 school plays, and that is the extent of my theatrical background, other than me being a theatrical diva at home, which is why my mother contemplated sending me to acting school. My mother contemplated sending me to acting school when I was 5 years old. That's a true story. She thought when I was 5, I was ready to be in the drama and the TV. But you know what? Given everything, after watching Quiet on Set, I think I dodged a bullet by her not sending me to acting school in 1990.
I thought I had it bad because mine couldn't postpartum right. Damn.
God damn.
So with your theme back there you got going on, I dig the lighting and stuff. Do you feel like sometimes it could put off a waterboarding vibe?
You know, I never thought about that, but I'm glad that you brought it to my attention, because now that you put it that way, I guess that is something that I have to consider when in front of thousands of people on the internet who may think the same thing you do and decide to do something about it via calling somebody.
Oh, no, I mean, no, dude, you're cool with me. People can disappear if we got to make that happen. Shit, ain't nobody gonna touch you.
And I guess time's up. So thank you, Tony, for bringing me on to my show not my show, but my segment that I spearheaded a long time ago. That was fun. I dig that. That is the best I've done all night in this
You
position.
did good.
Thank you. Let's hope it continues.
Now let's go to the cast and see what they want to ask you. Lloyd, they may have some questions.
Please, by all
Randy,
means.
what question you got for Mr. Sharp? Oh, Joey Lee.
What is the single most thing that's changed from when you started a long time ago till now?
Most famous what? What did he say?
From the beginning of Salsa City till now, what's the biggest thing that's changed?
Oh, the biggest thing that's changed. Oh my God. I love this. You might have noticed early on when in the pre-show, if y'all don't know if you weren't there, but pre-show, Brenda's going over the history and things like this, and you know, making sure we have our game right, and we're calling back to what was, and I always grin because I was here when this was just a $25 dream and a hope. The biggest thing that has changed is that Sauce in the City is now a live stage, network attracting, live crowd drawing, nationwide movement. This isn't just a thing that we were doing before the pandemic made it not cool, but made it necessary. This ain't just a thing that we were doing just to amuse ourselves. This has now become a business and a movement and something that people want to do that aren't just us. That is the biggest change from the beginning to now, in my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice. Next question, Mr. Randy Holton.
Lloyd, what do your eyeballs look like? I don't think we've ever seen them.
You know what? The fact that that is a question you have in your mind means that the mystique must remain. But I can assure you, they are as normal and baggy as any stressed out Asian millennial would be.
And Steven.
So my question for you, Mr. Lloyd Legacy Sharp, just because I love you and I know this is your thing when you're on stage, where did you get the WWF concept belt when you go out on stage? Where did that arise from?
Oh, this is wonderful. All right, I'm going to try to condense my story here because I can go on all day, but or night. It's not daytime. It might be daytime where it is. But anyway, during the pandemic, we all remember that. Simpler times. There was an online wrestling gaming federation that a lot of us here in the Boston comedy community and Boston improv community were a part of called Quarantine Action Wrestling. The entire series is on YouTube if you ever want to go watch it. I was a character in that federation. And the way it worked was there would be like, it's a video game, like WWE, whatever the fuck. And like our characters would be in the system and play, and the matches would go, but we would have to play ourselves before the matches and after the matches in live action skits, like the promos, so to speak, were live action. So we are like me, Tookie Kavanaugh or whoever it is, we're playing ourselves before the matches. So I ended up winning the championship. I ended up becoming the QAW champion within the storyline late in 2020, but since I have to play myself in real life, I didn't want to play the role of being a champion without a belt. So I went to the internet and I ordered a belt for the purposes of playing the champion on the show while I was champion. And one day I'm standing right over here. I'm recording a promo for the show as champion. And my father walks in right over here and he says, that looks pretty good on you. You should probably try that in your comedy. And I, in my infinite wisdom, said, Dad, don't be silly. That'll never work. That will never, nobody is going to nobody's going to buy into seeing a comedian go on stage with a championship belt. That's not going to work. But you know what? My dad pressed me to give it a try. So I started doing it on Zoom. And then I started doing it in real life. And now, here's how right I was about challenging my father. Now I'm at a point where I go out to live shows or open mics without the belt sometimes, and people get mad.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
It worked. It worked. Yeah. But that's where it came from, to answer that question.
What was the name of the game show again?
Quarantine Action Wrestling. It is now under Titan Wrestling Online, but Quarantine Action Wrestling, the entire series, is on YouTube in a playlist if you ever want to watch it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Have we? Oh man, that is a hard transition to our favorite game show. At least my favorite game show. I'm projecting on everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Sell That Stew. And here's how it works. All of our contestants are going to be salesmen tonight. And I am going to pick them at my whim to grab something within the vicinity of them. And they will have 60 seconds to grab whatever it is they have and sell it to you as a product of interest. People after the initial selling point are going to be able to decide, would you buy it? Did he sell you on it? Would you take it? And that is how the money that was discussed earlier that I was flubbing up completely, the money comes into play here, because whoever gets people to buy in the most is going to get the cash rolling for this game to build towards the end. But first, we got to play the game. So I am going to pick somebody with a scully cap in the room of their dead ancestors to be the first to step to the stage, grab something, the first thing to your left, and sell that skew in 60 seconds or less.
All right, guys, today we've got this nifty little Zippo fake lighter. It's not a real Zippo, but it's a good one. You can catch stuff on fire, go to your favorite concert, for during the ballads, get all nice and glowy about it. You can burn your worst enemy with this thing. Any bridge you want to, burn it down. You know what I mean? I hope you know how to swim, though. If you can't swim, I don't suggest you have this, because you probably, I don't know why you'd need it in the first place. It does have a warning on it that it could cause cancer, but if you catch yourself on fire, I don't really see what the fuck cancer is going to matter, because, you're on fire. Stop, drop, and roll should be a thing at this point. This is a fried chicken lighter. You got your little chicken here. He is fried. He has a joint in his mouth. See there? I'm not doing the propaganda stuff. That's how the lighter is. That's how it was made. I didn't do it. The kids in Asia did. Brought to you by them. Buy my lighter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tony. Oh, you done? You got more selling? You good? All right, you good. All right. I believe this is the part where I go to the cast and find out how well Tony did on selling you his fried chicken lighter. And if I'm correct on that, then I'm going to call upon Steven to be the first to give us his potential customer review.
I'm going to buy that because there's a few things that I like to see go up in smoke. I can't mention any names just for legal purposes. You know, my cop buddies who I'm having lunch with and stuff, they might overhear this conversation. But yeah, I definitely need that lighter. I like a good Zippo or a knockoff, and a stone chicken is the best way to get things going. So yep, I'll buy it.
Steven is buying the fried chicken lighter. How about you, Joey Lee? Are you buying the fried Zippo chicken light thingy?
Yes, I would. I mean, think about it. If that was available during the time of Frankenstein, they wouldn't have to carry all these poles up there to throw them into the house to burn them down. They just
Oh
take
my
that
God.
little flick thing and light it, and boom, he's gone. I mean, think about all the efficiencies. You know, cooking instead of a turkey in an oven, you just, like you said, you stick it up its, you know what, and it heats everything from the inside.
So Joey is buying on the basis of
I'm
resourceful
buying.
on
I'm
the on the
buying.
ba-
How much
on
was
the
it again?
on the basis of. All right, here's the thing. I'm not in the position to invoke this just yet because I am nowhere near the host that our producer is. But for the sake of continuity, I have to remind you to not talk over the host. Help me out. Don't talk over me. That thing's get weird. But yes, Joey is buying the lighter on the basis of resourceful distribution. Do you take the lighter?
Are you asking me again?
I'm asking Randy.
Oh,
Randy,
okay.
do you take the lighter?
I would take the lighter. I think I wouldn't do the things that he mentioned. I think a lot of that was illegal. But there's something very mystical about fire. Just having fire in your hand. It's very mystical. You're like, I got fire. I got fire right here. Watch this. Click, fire. Instant fire. Nothing like fire. Maybe I'm a fire tactic, probably. But
all right.
No, I don't.
Well, for fuck's sake purposes, I'll chime in. Yeah, I take the lighter. I'm a black guy in America. I could use it. So I think we have, with or without my vote, a unanimous taking of the lighter. Congratulations, Mr. Klein. Would you like to give a shout out to the Academy at this time?
I mean, I guess I could. I could start orders as fast as Monday. You know what I mean? Call it a day. I
Cash
need
App?
money. Cash App. I got a Cash App. Would you like it?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on. It is time to select somebody else from our player pool to sell us some things. And we are going to go to Florida to have Mr. Randy Holton grab the first thing in front of you, or at least within that vicinity, and please sell that skew.
I got these earbuds here. They're beautiful. They're so pretty. Look at these earbuds. You're like, wow, that's impressive. Look how the little light turns on, and it's gonna tell you whether it's connected or not. And look how pretty they are. They don't work with the shit, but they look very, very good. They won't connect to my computer, but say, hey, look at my earbuds, and everybody goes, wow, those are earbuds. Maybe one day I'll get them to connect to the computer. One day it's gonna happen. Possibly not in this century, but they sure are pretty though. Got this nice little box right here with all the flashing lights, and it It constantly flashes. I don't know what the fuck it's telling you why it keeps flashing, but it keeps flashing. It looks real pretty.
Time is up. All right. You know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do as host of the show, in case my word counts for anything. But if it doesn't, I don't want to take too much time. I'm going to give my brief initial reaction as to how I feel about Randy's cell job there. And I would take him solely based on the fact that Randy provided full product transparency. Not so much that they don't work, but the fact that he is clearly technology inept. Which means if I bought them, I would know how to put them on my computer and I can get them to work. I'll take them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring Tony back to the stage and find out if he was sold on Randy's working but unable to connect due to technology inept headphones as much as I was.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, I don't think I'd buy the headphones because they reminded me too much of my ex. They did look really damn good, but they didn't work worth a damn at all. You know what I mean? I can't really invest in that again. I can't have another disappointment. You know.
Oh God! Wow! Oh my! Yeah. Stephen D, please tell us how you feel about the headphones that work, but you can't connect them, but they do work.
I'm gonna pass on those. I'm gonna stick with the lighter. Randy, just so you know, that blinking means it's ready to pair to something. So either your phone or your computer, you just gotta connect the Bluetooth, sync them
Sorry,
up.
cheating
So you see, I try to help
All
you
right.
out, get them to work.
Steven's not taking the headphones. Let's find out if Joey is going to take the headphones and make them work, because they work. They just can't be
He
connected.
used the word technology. I hate technology.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
gonna buy anything I don't know how to use, and it'll sit on and
God.
collect dust. No.
All right. That's fair.
Make it
Fair.
simple. No.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. He's honest. This is honest Joey. All right. So host aside, which I could even negate myself on that. You are not able to sell Sir Randy. Nobody's buying your product. I don't even know. Do you know, like, you know they work. You know they work. But we can't deal with that right now. It's time to go back to trivia. It's time to go back to trivia. No more technology. Don't want Joey screaming. Back to trivia. Folks, it is now Steven's turn to craft the trivia question that either one, he will get correct over all of us and then pick his destiny, or we'll get it right and then we pick his destiny. But first, let's hear the question.
All right. Tonight's trivia question is: which feathered troublemaker was unleashed to the world by Walter Lantz? Was it A, the big rooster, foghorn leghorn, B, Woody Woodpecker, or C, Daffy Duck?
All right. I remembered all the answers, and while I jot them down, Stephen, can you just repeat the question one more time?
Yes. Which feathered troublemaker was unleashed to the world by Walter Lantz? Was it A, foghorn leghorn, B, Woody Woodpecker, or C, Daffy Duck?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what bird did Walter Lantz let out of the coop? Was it a set foghorn leghorn? Was it Woody Woodpecker? Or was it that despicable Daffy Duck? Chat amongst yourselves. Let us know what you think.
I'm definitely going to say Woody Woodpecker because Mel Blanc was the one that did Daffy and Foghorn.
he did all the Looney Tunes,
It's
but I don't
Woody.
think he created them. And I kind of think it was Daffy Duck because he was sort of like the um, kind of the opposite of the Mickey Mouse version. He was kind of a rival. I
Well,
think
of
they
all
created
my
him because of that, but I don't know. My favorite was Foghorn Leghorn.
all my
Is that it?
days of
Yeah, oh
watching
yeah, yeah.
and all my
Woody
days
Woodpecker.
of watching cartoons on Saturday, for some reason, in the credits, I remember Walter Lantz for Foghorn Leghorn. Now,
Ah,
I was just a boy and I didn't pay attention to much of anything, so I could be highly misled. But I thought in the credits it said Walter Lantz because I love You Bother Me Boy, Foghorn Leghorn.
I said.
You're
It's
doing it all wrong,
definitely B.
boy. You're doing it all wrong.
I'm locked in on B.
I'll go with in protest,
Oh,
but I'll go with Tony.
no, I'm going with you. I'm going with you. You
Oh.
remembered it.
Oh,
We're not
That's
going
what
with
Alzheimer's
him.
will do to you.
we're
I'm
going. Well, okay,
unblocking.
Foghorn Leghorn. All right.
Okay, now block. If you
All right.
remember the name, come
All
on.
right. All right. All right. Order in the court. I said, shut up, boy. Which is the weirdest thing, which should not be coming out of my mouth given the aesthetic. But we have made a decision. And it sounds like we locked in with some doubt on Foghorn Leghorn. I am going to choose Tony to explain what you pick. What did you pick? Are we
I chose
Foghorn?
I didn't choose either of those. I locked in on B, and I'm about to be stubborn as hell about it. They can have the majority rule, but I know that it's not those two. That's all I'm going to say on it.
All right. So,
period.
Which isn't that?
all right. So the majority says Woody. No, you say Woody. The majority says Foghorn. Steven, who the hell? What the fuck? What's the bird? What's the word on bird?
I say there, son. Those boys a little daffy in the head because Malfunction Junction got that one right on the nose. It's Woody Woodpecker, boy.
Don't listen to me. I just wow.
Walter Lantz unleashed freaking double sexual innuendo bird on the world. Okay, good to know.
Woody Woodpecker was created by Walter Lantz and voiced by a female. I forget what her name is, but yep.
All right, so that means technically the room. I mean, only one person voted for it. Does that count as the room? I'm going to count this room. Somebody in the room got it right.
He gave our official answer as who? What was our
Two
official answer,
right,
Tony?
The
one right.
official answer was Foghorn Leghorn, but Steven acknowledged Tony as having the right answer. So somebody got it, which means Tony, I'm going to toss it over to you.
No.
I'm not.
Well, but no. He gets to choose because they got the majority answer on picking the answer. They went with that. That's what it was.
All right. Thanks for that lifeline. Well, Steven, I guess your destiny is now in your hands. Are you doing 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else?
I'm gonna do 3 minutes of comedy. See if we can get some laughs going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage for 3 minutes of comedy, Stephen Douglas.
Thank you. Let me hear some applause out there. All right, there you go. All right, thank you for the clap, ladies and gentlemen. It's so good to be here. My girlfriend gave me the clap once a long time ago, but a bottle of pills and a week later I was cured. Watch out for who you sleep with. It's not always the one you want to be with. So, speaking of women, I watched this show recently entitled Women Having Babies and Not Knowing They're Pregnant. Now, you got to wonder, so how are these women 9 months? You don't have a period. you're crampy, and then all of a sudden you get gas bubbles, and you're like, oh, it feels like something's kicking in my stomach. And then all of a sudden you got to go poop 9 months later, and a baby comes out, and you're like, oh, I didn't
Oh.
not know you got something moving around in your stomach. Especially if they're anywhere between 6 and 10 pounds. I mean, geez, that's the gas bubble you've had for 9 months, and all of a sudden you let one rip and a baby comes out? Yeah. Well, I was going up and little Jessica come out. Look, bouncing baby girl. Yeah, okay, right. You get getting old and not knowing things, but not knowing that you're pregnant and you got something kicking around in your stomach. That's a little absurd. I think this show's a little far fetched. Old. I can't wear a hoodie anymore. It's one of those things because as you get older, you get air hair, right? I'm wearing my hoodie. It's cold out. I'm walking down the street and I hear rustling like somebody's walking behind me, and I'm turning around. I'm looking. I'm paranoid, right? It turns out it's my ear hair brushing up against the hoodie.
Oh
And
my
it's
God.
following me down the
Man,
street. Jesus Christ. They don't tell you this stuff when you get old. You get ear hair. Certain things start sagging. I mean, I went and sat on the toilet and I teabagged the water. It's like, oh my God. You know? I'm glad summer's coming though.
Oh
Summer's
no.
crazy for me. Last year was just crazy. You know what happens if your animal gets sprayed by a skunk? You got to use tomato juice, right? That's what everyone says. Well, my wife and I live on a farm, and our miniature donkey got into a nest, a skunk's den, and he got sprayed. So you can use mastingill to, dilute the smell. Well, I had to go to Walgreens and pick up some bottles. So I went there and I picked up 70 bottles, and the lady at behind the counter, she's looking at me. She's like, "What in the world are you going to do with those?" And the only thing I could say was, "My ass really stinks, and this is the only thing that'll take care of it."
Oh God. Jesus Christ.
That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Stephen Douglas with wow. Talk about maximizing your minutes. That was whoa, man. Randy or Scully Cap Man, how do you think that 3 minutes of
He did
comedy?
good. He did really good. I liked it a lot, especially the ass bit. That was yeah, that was great. I can imagine how the skunks turned out too, because donkeys are fucking mean.
Randy, how did you feel about that 3 minutes of comedy heaven?
I learned something. I didn't realize there was multi-uses for masculine douche.
Oh yeah.
So to
Don't
get
use
rid
it
of the
as smell squash.
skunk smell, now you smell like a vagina.
Oh,
But the skunk smell's gone though.
Joey, how'd you? Oh, Joey's showing us how he
Well,
felt.
I'm going to give him a half on cleanliness. And I never heard the term teabagging. I never heard that my entire life. What in the world is that?
You'll find out when you're older.
I am older.
Oh God, he's
You
never
didn't
heard of the
teach us
term.
that in the 60s.
Joey's never heard the term teabagging, which means he's never played Halo. God bless him.
Halo.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along, it is time for my 2 cents. Now, at the top of our proceedings here, there was a bit of an audible called. And I believe, somebody give me a lifeline if I'm incorrect, but I believe I'm going to go to the cast one at a time and get your 2 cents on the topic that comes across my screen.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Question. As a comedian, have you ever received a standing ovation? Weigh in, y'all. Bonus. Have you ever been requested to do an encore? Joey Lee, why don't you begin the answer portion of this questionnaire?
Well, one time I was doing a show, and at the end they were yelling, "More, more, more!" And I said, "Wow, they want me to do an encore." So I started doing some more jokes, and I saw this guy coming up the aisle. His name was Moore. He was the bouncer.
Oh my
So
God.
I guess I got one. And then also, what'd you say the other thing was? A standing ovation? Well, I've
Yeah.
had people fall out of their seats before. Listen to me. Does that count? I don't know. Maybe 3 or 4 in my life.
It's kind of more of an on-ground ovation, but it's something. Randy, what say you? What's your two Lincolns?
At an open mic in Clearwater, Florida, I had the crowd rolling and roaring and laughing. Granted, they were probably all high on cocaine or other stuff. So I don't know if you could call it a real ovation, but they sure were happy.
All right. Are you going to take the bonus question or not?
The encore, I consider if you get an ovation, it's considered encore because they want more.
Okay. All right. That's a yeah. Okay. Steven, what are your 2 cents?
No, I've never had a standing encore, but I'm hoping that someday I can and I can work at it. And if I ever do get it, I'll come back out there and I'll do another 2 or 3 or 5 minutes, whatever they like, and hopefully that'll come about pretty soon.
All right. So you've never requested an encore, but have you ever gotten a standing ovation?
No, I got a standing request to leave.
Oh my God.
That
All
counts?
right. That's a different kind of yeah. All right. Thank you, Stephen. Tony, what
I've
say
had
you?
one standing ovation that came the night that I tried to bring the comedy to my hometown and dedicated that one chorus of a song to the heckler I told you about. They did a standing O on that. I didn't get an encore though because her ex-husband was a little upset, and he turned out to be like some kind of Marine.
All right. Not only did you not get an encore, you almost did not get another minute. I guess if the question's being posed to me,
Yes.
what was that?
Have you got
Have
an
you had a
ovation
standing
and an
ovation or
encore?
an encore?
Well, a noise happens. I was going to answer that, but something went wrong, so I wasn't sure what was happening. Anyway, question being posed to me. I have gotten many applause breaks, never quite a standing ovation. No one's ever stood up and did the thing, but I've gotten extended applause breaks. So you know what? I'll take it. If they're too tired to get up, fair enough. Have I ever had requested an encore? I have had people at the end of my set say, "No, keep going." And that's happened quite a few times. Not a lot, but at least 3 times a year since 2018. So if keep talking counts as I for an encore, the answer is yes. Those are my 2 cents. And it sounds like we all have a good understanding of exactly what an encore is and what a get the fuck off the stage and you suck is. It is trivia time. You say trivia. The interactive comedy game we've been playing all night long. And I'm going to get this correct this time. We've heard from Randy. We've heard from Steven. We have 2 other options here to give us trivia questions. And I'm just so intrigued by where his mind is on a regular basis that the next question has got to come from Tony Scullycat.
All right, guys. What is the strongest biological substance known to man? Is it A, diamonds, B, spider's silk, or C, limpet's teeth?
Say that last one again. Lip.
Snail teeth.
What? Snail teeth.
Snail
Okay.
teeth.
All right, snail teeth. Got it. So, what is the most powerful biological force in the world? Did I hear that right?
Strongest biological substance.
Substance. Thank you. And the options were
Diamonds.
diamonds.
Then there was snail teeth. That was C.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I say B was? Damn it.
Silk.
My Alzheimer's is kicking in now.
Silk.
Spider silk. There you go.
All right. So, Cast, your options for what is the most powerful biological substance in the world. You got A, diamonds, B, silk, C, snail teeth. Discuss, lock in, and return.
Ooh, we got a clue from Michelle Laird saying diamonds.
Has anybody ever seen snail teeth?
Well, a diamond's not a substance. That's a mineral. So a substance would be either the nymphet's teeth or a spider web.
So if a snail bites you, it bite your finger off or something?
Probably could, I would imagine. I mean, if it's strong enough. I know they're doing science research with webs. They're using them to stop bullets. So it's
I'll go with
either
this.
the web or the nippet. I'd probably go with the nippet or whatever he called it.
With Tony, the only reason why I say that is because Tony's crazy answers. So
Yeah,
snail
last time was sloth. Sloth.
Yeah. Snail teeth. That's the only reason why I say it. I have no freaking idea. Snail teeth.
Yeah, I'll go with whatever you guys say.
Yeah, I'll go with snail
I'm
teeth.
inclined to think diamond too because it's a very hard substance. It scratches most other things.
It's not biological. It's not bio, really.
So we're going with snail teeth then?
Yeah, I'd go with snail teeth. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That's where I'm at.
All right. 2 have locked in on snail teeth, and the third one is going with the group, which means it is unanimous vote for snail teeth. Tony Scully Cap. Are we right or are we wrong?
So you are correct. The most powerful substance or strongest tensile strength substance on the planet was wasted on snail teeth. Diamonds is a substance. It's carbon. You know what I mean? That's formed from pressure and all the things. But yeah, it's snail teeth. You got it right.
All right. So this time, and I think I got it this time, the majority got the answer correct, which means that it's up to the group now to decide Tony's fate, whether he does 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. Discuss, lock in, return.
I think anything Tony does is funny. Something else.
I like to hear him do some comedy because we've been doing the something else for a little bit. Have him do 3 minutes of comedy.
Where are you at, Joey?
Well, last time he gave the answer of sloth to one of the questions. I'd like him to include something related to sloth. He can do 3 minutes of comedy, but it's got to include sloth and snail teeth.
I'm
right.
good with that. Yeah.
Not all of it, but some of it.
It's got to be in the content. Snail teeth and sloth.
Yeah.
3 minutes of
Gotta
comedy.
work that in somehow.
Are you gonna lock it in, Joey?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
All right. 2-1, 3 minutes of comedy, with apparently the addendum that it must include sloth or snail teeth within the content. Tony, you have been summoned to the stage to make laughter. Take it away, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Klein.
All right. So with what we just learned about the snail's teeth, I'm definitely now I'm knowing that I'm not the only person that looks at those things and is just happy that they are as slow and small as they are. I mean, think about just their mouths being the tiniest bit little bigger. You know what I mean? And same thing with a sloth. You ever look at a sloth and you're just thankful to God that it is as slow as He made it? Like it can't be. Just imagine, okay, a sloth that has the speed and strength of a fucking silverback gorilla and the speed and agility of a cheetah, and it just woke up and chose violence one day. You know what I mean? You got a thing the size of a Nerf football with arms like mine and big retard claws for fingers, just decapping people as it swings through the tree, murking everybody for no reason, just because it can. I'm a sloth. Oh, you go. Last thing you hear, point. And the snail teeth, oh my God. Did you imagine just a snail crawling on you or crawling over you if it's any bigger than what it is? And it just, their mouths move all the time. It's like a little circular chainsaw anywhere it lands. Anywhere it lands. You know how many weird people put snails in their pants? Just why?
Oh my God.
It's a thing. It happens. Google it. Google will fuck up your life. I'm telling you. It will really be all bad. It's like the first amputees were the most pissed off people in the world. I'll tell you this now, because the prosthetic, no better. And I'd rather not have an arm. Why do I have a hook right now? The fuck do you give me a trident for? Well, I can't grab nothing with this. The fuck do you mean? I just had to go be digging Post-it notes for the rest of my life, just stabbing the shit out of stuff. Can't shake your hand. I might cut it off.
Oh.
You can't touch nobody's face anymore because you fish hook their mouth. Why would you do that? You shouldn't play with firecrackers or go to war. You don't need to do that. You won't come back the same. It's just all bad.
Time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tony Klein on all kinds of shit that sounds like something I'd watch on the History Channel or Geographic 30 years ago. Randy, how did you feel about everything that just came out of that man's mouth?
His twist is always very funny. Can you imagine a snail ripping your hand off, lunges at you, clamps on you, and just tears right off? Scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Yeah. Imagining it is as close as I want to get to that happening. Steven, how did you feel about the nature?
That was awesome. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I could have swore he was going to throw in a Wolverine reference to the sloth. But anyway, I thought that was really good. Very good.
I agree. Joey, he met your stipulation and did the comedy. What is your response?
He did. What I want to know from him is who, if they fought together, kind of like Godzilla versus Mothman, who would win? The sloth or the snail biter?
Oh my goodness,
I think
Joey!
I think the advantage definitely goes to the sloth.
Go ahead. All right. So Joey's got the movie trivia. Tony, you took it and knocked it out of the park. Would you like to give a shout out to the Academy? And while we're at it, tell us where we can find you on social media if people want to hear more about this nature stuff.
Well, shout out to the Academy, and you can find me on Facebook or Instagram, the Continental Uncut Live 2. Also on TikTok, Tony.Klein5, I believe it is. And I think the sloth would have it hands down because the snail's on its face all the time. It fucking, I don't know. It's bad.
Oh my God. This is why we live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on that tail end of the program. And this is where we like to shout out those who helped us along the way, those that we appreciate, those that we just want to give a shout out to. I don't want to go first, but I will go at some point. For now, I would like our first shout outs to be given by the man who just eviscerated my insides with nature talk. Tony, give us your shout outs, brother.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to all the people that said I wouldn't ever do this. I see I do more than talk shit. I actually get out and do things, you know what I mean? So thanks for hating. Also, a shout out to a lot of the people that have helped me through this. People give me places to stay, people that let me use their shower and let me put it back the way I found it. You know, a shout out to everybody that's helped me along the way. And also to you, Mr. Sharp, for letting me pick your brain earlier. That was pretty cool. You're a good sport, and I always like working with you.
Thank you so much. I am intrigued by the way you create. Mr. Joey Lee, if you have shout outs, please offer them now. And please tell us where we can find you on the social medias at the end of your shout outs.
You can find me at joeylee.com, joeyleecomedy.com, JOEYLEE comedy.com. It has my whatever you call website and my EPK if you are interested in hiring me to tell stupid stuff all the time. But I want to shout out to my lovely bride, Lee. And, you know, oh, wow. Thank you. There is Joey Lee out of uniform. I actually, people say I look like 5 foot tall, but I'm really like, that means she'd be 3 foot tall. But anyway, beautiful picture. It was a great ceremony. And thank you all for your loving comments. We really appreciate it. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Plus, one more. I gave another shout out to our host. Haven't seen him in a while, but glad he was back tonight. Thank you, Lloyd.
Thank you, Joey Lee. Ah, man. All right. Randy, please give us some shouts and shout out where people can find you on social media if they think your brand is for them.
I would like to shout out to this scammer right here that always seems to work. Easy to plug in, play and use. Thank God for that camera right there. Oh, and thank God for everybody here on the show. I'd say your names, but my Alzheimer's is acting up again. And of course, Lloyd, good to always have you here. And good times.
Thank you. Do you want to give your socials out? People can find you.
Facebook, Randy Holton. Twitter, Holton_Randy. That's at Holton_Randy. And on Instagram, rholton604.
Phenomenal. Thank you, Randy, for being with us tonight. Stephen Douglas, please give us your shouts. And if you don't mind, throw your socials in there where people can find more of your work.
All right. I want to give a shout out to Sauce in the City, Miss Brenda Brown, for putting this whole thing together. You, my friend Louis Legacy Sharp, for being a host. Great job tonight. Really did super fantastic. Hope you can come on more. Shout out to everyone who's made this possible for me and still likes my brand of humor. You can get my social at the office. It's about $5. You can find me on Facebook under Stephen Douglas, on YouTube under Douglas Stephen, spelled with a VEN. And hopefully you guys will like me and want me, get in contact with me, and I will put on a show for you if you need one.
Thank you, Stephen, for being with us tonight. And if I can circle back to myself, not too long. I'm the host. It's not about me, but I do want to give a shout out to everybody here tonight. I'm going to break the fourth wall for a moment. Obviously, this is my first time in the hosting position, and there was some things to learn along the way. I want to give a huge shout out to the omnipresent producer of the show, who let herself be bothered enough to come and guide me when I needed it, and I thank her for that. I thank everybody for being here tonight. Shout out to everybody who's watched, who's watching, who will watch then, now, and in the future. And just, I say it again, it keeps coming back. The fact that I have watched this show this platform, this brand grow from literally nothing to a national movement that is in demand. I have seen so many people come. I've seen so many people go. I see so many people still here. Like I said, I am one of the few that were here when this started. And I cannot thank everybody watching, anybody who's ever watched this show, anybody who's ever attended the live shows in Vegas or wherever Brenda's gone, anybody who's ever donated to the show, anybody who's ever come to the show and even performed once. You're a big part. You're a huge part of why this is where it is. And I got to give a shout out to all of you, past, present, and future, for that. And with that, we are, oh man, yeah, we're getting there. We have gotten there. I do believe that there is a ending show sponsor shout out that we usually do somewhere around here. And if I'm correct,
are you ready?